Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Learning DCE Karnataka. Myself Dr. Yamini J, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, Bangalore. In this session, we are going to discuss about method of finding complementary functions for linear equation with a constant coefficients in differential equation 2, BSc 4th semester mathematics. A general linear differential equation with a constant coefficients of order n is of the form a0 d to the power n y by dx to the power n plus a1 d to the power n minus 1 y by dx to the power n minus 1 plus etc. plus a n y is equal to f of x, where a0, a1, a2, etc. a n are constants and f of x is a function of x. Here we shall introduce a capital D as an operator for d by dx. dy is equal to dy by dx, d square y is equal to d square y by dx square, and d cube y is equal to d cube y by dx cube, and so on. Using this notation, the equation 1 becomes a0 d to the power n plus a1 d to the power n minus 1 plus etc. plus an into y is equal to f of x. That is, f of d into y is equal to f of x, so that a0 d to the power n plus a1 d to the power n minus 1 plus a2 d to the power n minus 2 plus etc. plus an is equal to f of d. Method of finding the complementary function. Here we consider in a second order homogeneous differential equation d square y by dx square plus a1 dy by dx plus a2y is equal to 0. That is, using the operator d square plus a1d plus a2 into y is equal to 0, or f of d into y is equal to 0. Taking y is equal to e to the power mx, we have dy is equal to m into e to the power mx. That means we are differentiating y with respect to x once. Then d square y is equal to m square into e to the power mx. Here we are differentiating y with respect to x 2 times. Now the above equation becomes m square plus a1m plus a2 into e to the power mx is equal to 0. The equation m square plus a1m plus a2 is equal to 0, or f of m is equal to 0, is called the auxiliary equation. This being a quadratic in m, we have two roots which can be real and distinct, real and coincident, and complex roots. See here, similarly we can do for third order homogeneous differential equations and for the higher order differential equation also. So now we will go for the case 1. The roots of auxiliary equations are real and distinct. Suppose the roots of auxiliary equations are m1 and m2 and m1 not equal to m2, then y is equal to e to the power m1x and y is equal to e to the power m2x are two independent solution of the given equation. Then the general solution is y is equal to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x, where c1 and c2 are arbitrary constants. Suppose the roots of auxiliary equations are m1, m2, etc. mn, then the general solution is y is equal to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x plus etc. plus cn e to the power mnx, where c1, c2, etc. cn are arbitrary constants. Now case 2. The roots of auxiliary equations are real and coincident. Suppose the roots of auxiliary equations are real and roots repeated twice, then m1 is equal to m2. Then the general solution is y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x into e to the power m1x, where c1 and c2 are arbitrary constant. If m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m3 is equal to etc. mn is equal to m be the roots of the auxiliary equation associated with an nth order equation, then the solution is y is equal to c1 plus c2x plus c3 x square plus etc. plus cn x to the power n minus 1 into e to the power mx. The third case is the roots of auxiliary equations are complex. So the roots are in the complex form with alpha plus or minus I beta. then the general solution of the differential equation is y is equal to e to the power alpha x into a cos beta x plus b sin beta x. Working rule for finding the complementary function. Write the given differential equation in the form of f of d is equal to 0. That means we are considering right side value f of x is equal to 0 for complementary function. Solve the auxiliary equation f of m is equal to 0. Depending on the nature of the roots of auxiliary equation, write the complementary function using the above three cases, which itself is a solution of the given differential equation. So with some example, we are going to see how to get the complementary function for the given differential equation. Whenever the f of x value is equal to 0 in the differential equation, that means right side value is equal to 0, the complementary function itself is a general solution of that equation. So first example is here. Solve d square y by dx square plus 3 into dy by dx plus 2y is equal to 0. So first we have to use the operator capital D and rearrange the equation. So what we'll get here, the equation is d square plus 3d plus 2 is into y is equal to 0, where d is equal to d by dx we know. So the auxiliary equation is now m square plus 3m plus 2 is equal to 0. So from the f of d, always we have to write auxiliary equation. Here f of d is d square plus 3d plus 2. That's why the auxiliary equation is m square plus 3m plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation. We have to factorize that and get the value of m. So here we are going for simple method, splitting the middle term. So what will happen now, the equation is m square plus 2m plus m plus 2 is equal to 0. So consider first two term and take the common value. So m is common, so that's why we are getting m into m plus 2. Considering the last two value, 1 is common, so if you take 1 common, we'll get 1 into m plus 2 is equal to 0. Again m plus 2 is common from that, so we'll take m plus 2 common, means we'll get m plus 1. So now m plus 1 and into m plus 2 is equal to 0. So that implies m is equal to minus 1 and minus 2. So we have two values for m because we have a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation is there, we will get two values for m. So m1 and m2 we got, both the values are real values but both are different value. So we have to go for the case 1 now. So the case 1 is whenever the roots are real and distinct, means we have complementary function is c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x. So we are going for the complementary function. Here the right side value is f of x is equal to 0. That's why the complementary function itself is a general solution of this equation. That's why we are writing here the general solution of the given equation is y is equal to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x. That is equal to c1 e to the power minus x plus c2 e to the power minus 2x. So this is our required solution for the given differential equation. The next example is solve d cube y by dx cube minus 13 dy by dx plus 12 y is equal to 0. The given equation is d cube minus 13d plus 12 into y is equal to 0 using the operator capital D is equal to d by dx. Now from that f of d, we have to write the auxiliary equation. The auxiliary equation is m cube minus 13m plus 12 is equal to 0. Here the equation is not in the quadratic form, it is in the cubic form. So whenever cubic equations are there, we have to go for synthetic division method. That's why here we are using the synthetic division method. See, synthetic division method we have some procedure. So always in the first row of the values are from the equation. That means the coefficient of m cube, the coefficient of m square, coefficient of m and constant we have to write it in the first row. But here m square is missing, that's why what we are taking in the coefficient of m square term is 0. So first coefficient of, we'll go one by one. So coefficient of m cube is 1 first, that's why we are writing here 1. Then m square is not there in the equation, that's why we are considering coefficient of m square is 0. Then Coefficient of m is minus 30, then constant is 12. See, always the first row value of value are from the equation, from the cubic equation. So now we have to synthetic division method is trial and error method only. If we are this equation is satisfying with 1 means we have to check that one m is equal to 1, we have to substitute here. So m is satisfying the equation, that's why I am dividing this equation by 1. Suppose 1 is not satisfying this equation, we have to go with the minus 1. That is also not satisfied means we have to go for 2 and minus 2, it's going on like that. So it is a trial and error method only. So for this equation 1 is satisfying, that's why we are dividing this equation by 1. So always in the second row first entry should be 0 in the synthetic division. So what we have to do here, vertically we have to add these two. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So cross multiplication we have to do with 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. That is the second entry of the second row. So now again we have to go for the vertical addition. We'll get 1. Cross multiply with this. So we'll get my 1. So minus 13 and 1 become minus 12 for after vertical addition. Now again minus 12 is will multiply with 1, will get minus 12. So adding these two value vertically, will get the remainder is 0. So now the last value is 0 means we can consider m is equal to 1 of the root. Then we have here in the remainder 1, 1 minus 12. So using this value, we are going to construct another quadratic equation. So how to construct means based on the value, we have to take the first value is coefficient of m square, second value is coefficient of m, and the next value is constant. That's why we got the equation m square plus m minus 12 is equal to 0. So now using the synthetic division, we got one root and the equation is reduced to quadratic form. So if it comes to quadratic form means it is easy to solve and get the value of m. So again we are going for middle term splitting only. Here we have middle term is plus m. So plus m we are writing minus plus 4m minus 3m. So the equation become m square plus 4m minus 3m minus 12 is equal to 0. Again we are considering first two terms in one set and taking the common value as m. So we will get m into m plus 4. Then consider the last two value is one set, take minus 3 is a common. So we will get minus 3 into m plus 4 is equal to 0. So based on this we will get m plus 4 into m minus 3 is equal to 0. Then this implies m is equal to minus 4 and m is equal to 3. So already we have one more m value, that is 1. So now the roots are m1 is equal to 1, m2 is equal to minus 4, m3 is equal to 3. So here we got 3 roots because we have a cubic equation. Now this is all the 3 values are real values and all the values are different. That's why again we are going for the case 1. The roots are real and distinct means the general solution of the given equation is y is equal to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x plus c3 e to the power m3x. Substitute m1, m2, m3 in the equation. The general solution y is equal to c1 e to the power x plus c2 e to the power minus 4x plus c3 e to the power 3x will get. This is the required solution for the given differential equation. Here also the right side value f of x is equal to 0. That's why the complementary function itself is a general solution of the given equation. So the next example is solve d square y by dx square plus 4 into dy by dx plus 4y is equal to 0. So using the operator capital D, we are rearranging the equation. The equation become d square plus 4d plus 4 into y is equal to 0. So we got f of d into y is equal to 0 form. So from the f of d we are finding auxiliary equation. Now the auxiliary equation is m square plus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. So m square plus 2m plus 2m plus 4 we are is equal to 0 we are writing. Again the middle term 4m we are splitting as 2m plus 2m. So taking the common value from first two terms we will get m into m plus 2. Then from last two value we are taking 2 as a common, so we will get 2 into m plus 2. From this m plus 2 into m plus 2 is equal to 0. That implies m is equal to minus 2 and minus 2. So the roots are m1 is equal to minus 2, m2 is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the roots are real and coincident. So that means the roots are repeated here. So we are getting both m1 and m2 values are same. So that's why we are going for case 2 for complementary function. So using the case 2, we are getting the complementary function. CF is equal to C1 plus C2 into x e to the power mx. That's why we are writing here the general solution of the given equation is y is equal to C1 plus C2 into x into e to the power minus 2x. So here complementary function itself we have general solution because f of x is equal to 0. So this is the required equation for the given differential equation. So next problem is solve d square minus 6d plus 13 into y is equal to 0. See the given equation itself is in the form of f of d into y is equal to 0. So no need to rearrange the equation. Directly we can take f of d from that. Now from the f of d, auxiliary equation is m square minus 6m plus 13 is equal to 0. So here factorization is not easy directly. That's why we are going for the formula method. So the formula is m is equal to minus b plus or minus root under b square minus 4ac by 2a. So here from the equation a is 1, b is minus 6 and c is 13. So that is a is coefficient of m square, b is coefficient of m and constant term is c. So we are substituting all these values in the formula and simplifying means we will get m is equal to 3 plus or minus I into 2. So we got the complex root now with alpha is equal to 3 and beta is equal to 2. Then we are going to use the case 3 for the complementary function. So then using the third case, the general solution of the given equation is y is equal to e to the power alpha x into a cos beta x plus b sin beta x. So here alpha is 2, beta is alpha is 3, beta is 2. So we are substituting in the general equation means the solution become y is equal to e to the power 3x into a cos 2x plus b sin 2x. So this is the required solution for the given differential equation. Then next example is solve d to the power 4y by dx to the power 4 minus 16y is equal to 0. See, this is not in the f of t into y is equal to 0 form. So we are using the operator d is equal to d by dx and getting the form d to the power 4 minus 16 into y is equal to 0. So now we know f of d is d to the power 4 minus 16. From that, the auxiliary equation is m to the power 4 minus 16 is equal to 0. So then m to the power 4 minus 16 we can write it as m to the m square whole square minus 4 square. So using the a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b formula. Then m to the power 4 minus 16 become m square minus 14 into m square plus m square plus 4 into m square minus 4 is equal to 0. So m is equal to plus or minus 2 and m is equal to plus or minus 2i will get. See m square is equal to 4 means m is plus or minus 2. M square is equal to minus 4 means m is plus or minus 2i. See here we have 4 values for m because the given equation is 4th order differential equation. So whenever the third order is there, we will get 3 values. Whenever the differential equation are in second order, we will get 2 values for m. Here 4th order differential equation we have. That's why we are getting 4 values for m. So for the 4 values are 2, minus 2, plus 2i, plus or minus 2i. So that is including 2 values. So now we have 4 values means we have to consider separately. First one and second one. First set is plus or minus 2. So here m1 is 2 and m2 is minus 2 means we have to use case 1. Both the roots are real and different. Then if you are going for next value m is equal to plus or minus 2i means it's a complex root. So whenever we have a complex root, we have to go for the third case of the complementary function, that is alpha plus or minus beta I form. Here alpha is 0, beta is 2. So now the general solution of the given equation is y is equal to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x plus a to the power alpha x into a cos beta x plus b sin beta x. So in this formula we are going to substitute m1 value, m2 value, alpha value, beta value. So with the general solution become y is equal to c1 e to the power 2x plus c2 e to the power minus 2x plus here alpha value is 0, so e to the power 0 is 1. That's why we are taking a cos 2x plus b sin 2x for complex number. So the general solution is we got it like this for this problem. Thank you. So with this example, I think you can understand all the type of problem in the differential equation, how to find complementary functions for all the three cases. Thank you very much once again.